what I really want is whether it's social media influencers on Twitch and YouTube like Hassan Piker, or other kind of promoters of hate on YouTube and TikTok like Guy Christensen.
So I thought it's time we talk about that. That's Jonathan Greenblatt. He's the CEO of the ADL, and he said that about me last summer, inciting the Trump regime to come after me and silence my free speech. It's his job as the head of the ADL to ensure that you, an American, don't say Israel's doing genocide. Yet he can't even define genocide. He did an interview with the New York Times last month where he incorrectly defined genocide, and when factually corrected by the interviewer, he said, "Oh, I haven't read the legal definition before." Brother, this is why you're doing such a terrible job in America. 50% of American voters are saying Israel's doing genocide. You failed at your job, actually. Jonathan Greenblatt is one of the people who lobbied the US government to pass the bipartisan bill to ban TikTok. Why? Because it hosts anti-Israel content, like my content, like many other wonderful activists on this platform. Jonathan also lobbied Lockheed Martin at the beginning of this year successfully to not make sure they're complying with their ethics policy in Gaza, because Lockheed Martin is sending Israel all these weapons and plane parts and bombs and missiles, yet they can't even check if they're being used to commit war crimes. Jonathan Greenblatt also lobbied TikTok successfully to get that ex-IDF soldier Erica Mindell inserted in their moderation team. They created a new position and put her at the head of hate speech. Erica Mindell is a self-proclaimed Zionist who said that Zionism and Judaism are identities that go hand in hand together. She's behind the new censorship of any voices critical to Israel, or even the US government in that case, where since September 13th, when they switched up their free speech policy on this app, I've had nearly every video where I criticize Israel, or I criticize the fact that Larry Ellison, a MAGA Zionist billionaire, is poised to buy TikTok in the United States, or when I criticize the US government, it gets removed off the For You page, or it gets struck down and gets removed off this app so nobody can see it at all. So, do you think someone who can't define genocide should be dictating whether or not we're allowed to say that Israel's doing genocide? I don't think so. This guy is loyal to Israel. He's not loyal to his humanity. Everyone can see what is happening to Gaza. How can you look at a place that looks like, I actually am not going to show it because under the new guidelines you can't show graphic images of atrocities, and Gaza is an atrocity, but if you Google this, you'll see everything is destroyed. The UN says, well, they just said and came out and determined that Israel is doing genocide, but they also said that 90% of Gaza's infrastructure, every single building, almost, 9 out of 10 buildings, have been damaged or destroyed by Israeli bombing. Could you imagine that? Gaza is like smaller than New York City. Did you guys know that? Its total land area? Imagine 90% of New York City in ruins and rubble. You can't. It's too horrifying. You can't even imagine that much suffering. I can't. But you can look at small parts of it on your phone and know that this live stream genocide is in fact real, and it's your human duty to stand up to it. Please follow me on Substack so you don't miss my future messages. Thank you, and free Palestine.